Oh, let me not drink on the crack. I'm gonna bust my lip. Chris broke the cup. Broke the cup. Broke the cup. So, just cheers with me real quick, because it's been a shitty day. And I've just been, like you have like those shitty days and you're just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, you get these amazing text messages that are just about like absolutely nothing that you thought was coming. And you're just like, oh my God, life's not so bad.
Yeah. It's all about the simple things.
I was having like such a bad day. I was like super fucking tired. So I went home and I like tried to take a nap. I actually crawled under my blankets and it's like 1,000 degrees in my room, but my sheets were like cold. So I was like, whatever, every time I get hot, I'll just move my fucking leg, it's fine. So I'm like laying in bed. I slept for an hour, wanted to sleep for an hour and a half, got up and I was like, Pornhub, it's fine. Thought somehow, you know what I mean? Like I did like the Peter Pan thing, thinking happy thoughts and that was great. I used the toy that you gave me again. Thank you so much for that.
It's kind of like medicine, that toy.
It should is.
I think so.
Well, that and masturbation, you know what I mean? It's like NyQuil and Tylenol, you know what I mean? Just a cure-all, Just cure.
Really? Cures a fucking bad day all the time.
Just does it all for me. So, yeah. And then I came here. This is a delicious little cocktail, though.
No,
I like
it is
this.
good.
I like this. Cheers, bitch. Cheers, bitch.
Cheers.
Welcome back, everybody, to Unsexed.
Welcome.
I don't know what episode number this is. Not that we even keep track of that because it's not what we do, but welcome back. Either way, I hope everybody's doing well. We're having cocktails. Today we decided that we were just going to do like an out of the can kind of thing, but we're fancy, classy bitches. We're classy, sassy, little smart assy.
Little bougie.
You know what I'm saying? So we put them in some cups, you know what I mean? We did. So I'm just gonna do this like we were in fucking school and just tell people that I have some announcements. We've got swag, y'all!
Swag.
We've got swag. So we have these really, really cute bags. They're makeup bags. I would call them pencil bags, but I don't want your kids taking these.
Yes, please don't give these to your kids. Go buy them in the room.
Yeah, go back. Yeah, don't give these to your children. But so they say unsexed on the front. Right, let me if I can get it right. And then classy, sassy, and a little smart assy on the bag. So super, super, super cute. And then I have this other design. It's unsexed. It's just a bunch of the logos. And then again on the back, classy, sassy, and a little smart assy.
Yes,
so we have swag. I have some t-shirts. I have socks. So hit us up in the DMs if you guys are interested. And we'll work it. We'll coordinate that.
Makeup in mine. Cute little makeup.
That is a cute makeup bag. Yeah. It is. You can also throw condoms in there.
All that
a
stuff.
sex toy and some lube.
Yeah.
That'll fit in there too if you're going away.
Nice little go bag.
Yeah, that's a cute little go bag. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna put like my lipstick or something in that, and then I was like, you know what? I think we should sell them. I think we should sell them. So then and I'll just like throw toys in there or something like if I'm going away for the night or something like that. So those are really, really cute. Those are really, really cute. I like those. What's new in your world?
Not much. Working hard as usual, but I'm always trying to stay busy and do something. You know me. I can't sit still even if I wanted to.
Understood. Did you see the post that I put up the other day about women approaching men?
I did.
I thought that the responses were pretty interesting. So you saw it, you said, right?
I did. I was reading I liked a lot of the responses.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of good feedback. My thoughts on it, I could say for myself, I've always been I'm not shy, but it's always been difficult for me to approach someone. I've never really been that girl to be like, oh, I want that. Maybe more
Not
so.
to his face, but that's a whole lie because we've definitely been places before and she'd be like, damn. I'd be like,
no, but to actually go out of my way. I don't know. I'm weird like that.
I guess for me, I don't have so you obviously we've been friends for forever. So we'll walk into a spot and I'll be like, that one.
No, she's dead serious too.
That one. He's my next victim.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
Lock and loaded.
I went out with Win. I told her I was like, yo, I'm gonna bag Shorty.
Yeah.
And she just fell out laughing. She was like, go get it. And I'm I didn't actually sleep with him.
I'm a great cheerleader.
Oh, yeah, I didn't but it's fine. Yeah, you guys. I have a lot of great cheerleader friends. Like, I appreciate you guys. They're like, no, go for the gold. We want to see you happy. Married one day. Something. Bitch, do something. Do something.
You can
do something. Do something. I think it's pretty cool that like a lot of women are like super empowered to just be like, you know what, like I can show a man that I'm interested, and I can be like genuine about that and just say, like, hey, I like you, you know, we should go out sometime, or hey, do you want to go out with me? Like, let's go grab coffee. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
No.
I wish I was more like that. Is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I probably lost opportunities just because I feel like when you're the type of person who, you know, can speak up and like, hey, and go out for what they want, you have more opportunities than other people who are too shy to be like,
agreed.
I'm afraid of rejection.
I mean, it sucks, but it's just like, all right, well, fuck you then, you're lost. Like, whatever, all right. So you don't want to go out with me? Like, that's fine, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't take it personal. Like, there can be a million reasons why somebody, you know, doesn't want to go out with you. And it's not always about you. Most times it's actually not about you. You know, they might be dealing with bullshit that they just don't want to bring into your life. You know what I mean? And I respect anybody who's got enough baggage in the world to know, like, maybe you need to unpack some of that shit before you unload it in my house.
We should cheers to that shit because that was real.
You know, I've definitely like turned people down from dates just to be like, I'm working on myself right now. Like, I really, like, it's got nothing to do with you. I don't, you know, it's not that you're an unattractive individual, but I just know, like, at that time in my life, I was going to bring toxicity to the table, and I'm just not for that. Like, if I feel like my life is fucked up, but I'm gonna come into your life and wreak havoc for there too. Like, this shit is selfish.
That should be a normal thing, because I feel like some people are total opposite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, why would you want to bring your toxic traits and all that other stuff over here and disturb people's peacefulness?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Let that girl be great. Let that guy be great. If you can't keep up or meet somebody in the middle or bring something to, like, I can't.
Right.
And I totally get that.
And do me a favor and repeat everything that you just said, because you're gonna have to edit all that out because my phone just rang. So say that all over again.
Fuck, what did I just say? My bad, y'all. I was literally thinking about it, and I was like, shit. My phone is not on silent anymore. I cut this shit on, and I'm like listening to you, and I was like, and I know this bitch is gonna call me back, so let me put this shit on silent. And literally, as soon as I reached for it, that motherfucker started ringing, and I was like, shit. So I apologize for the editing crew. I'm sorry. Shit happens. Shit, beat me. Please. Now I'm sweating. I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry. You be okay. You be all right.
All right. So, you were talking about you feel like I feel like we should just chug this whole drink right now. Chug the whole fucking drink. Fuck, I told you guys this is kind of dead. I'm sweating. I'm sweating.
Well, I'm sure this liquor ain't helping.
It is helping. Anyway. It's helping a lot.
Well, what I was trying to say is,
losing my shit. Go ahead.
I think that it's very mature of somebody who knows that they have shit going on and they're wise enough to be like, you know what? I can't come into this person's life and disturb. I gotta handle what's going on in my life first. And then, you know, if it can work out, then it can work out. But I feel like that's very mature, and not everybody does that. I think it should be a new norm, though.
But I 100% agree with that, because there are so many times where, you know, we've both seen it before, where, you know, it's like, damn, bitch, this is your 5th boyfriend in the last 6 months. Like,
don't give me
this is the 5th love of your life in 6 months. Like, just don't get me wrong. If it's a vibe, it's a vibe. But at what point are you okay with being by yourself?
And you know what's crazy? I feel like there's a lot of women who are just so afraid. I personally know a lot who are just so afraid of being by themselves. And for me, when me and my kid's father broke up, and I was broken up for a while, I learned a lot about myself in that time, and I feel like it allows you time to heal yourself. it allows you time to learn yourself and really know what you want in a partner. And I feel like when you jump from relationship to relationship, you're just bringing one toxic problem
traits
and traits and all that from one relationship to another relationship. You're not giving yourself the time to heal.
Right.
Like, I just never, and I know a lot of women that are like that, and they wonder why they can't, you know, keep a decent relationship. It's like, give yourself just time to heal. Like, there's really nothing wrong with being by yourself. It's not.
Right. But I think that it's the fear of being by yourself. But I think, so I know, like, for me, my last, like, serious relationship, like, you know, committed relationship with, where, you know, and we lived together for, you know, 3.5 years. It's been 3 years since we broke up. And actually, like, we're now friends. You know what I mean? Which is, I think, is awesome. But it took 3 years for us to even get to that place. But there was a period of time that I went through where I was like, couldn't be alone, didn't want to be alone. And not necessarily sleeping with people, but like I was always constantly like on the go, always on the go. And then dating didn't feel right to me. Like there was something about it, and I couldn't pinpoint what it was that felt wrong, but I was just like, it just didn't feel right. Like I knew that I was not going to be emotionally invested in anyone that I went out with. So I'm like, okay, so what do you do at this point? Like, you're gonna keep just doing this shit that's like, you know, it's not really beneficial. It's not doing anything for you. Like essentially you're taking these free meal tickets and, you know, holding, you know, basic conversation with no intention of doing anything about it. You know, there was no, oh, maybe we'll be in a relationship. I was like, no, I'm too closed off. I don't trust anybody, sorry. But, you know, we can go out to dinner and we can talk. But I think for me, what it looked like when I was able to really sit down and analyze, like, what does it mean to be by yourself? Because I think when women hear that, or even men, when you hear like, take the time to be by yourself, I think you automatically go into defensive mode where you're like, I can be by myself. No, honey, I don't mean sit on the couch for 2 hours and watch a movie by yourself with some like, you know, food. I mean, like, really be by yourself. Like, can you enjoy being alone and just with yourself, by yourself, in your own company, you know? Can you go out to dinner by yourself and truly enjoy that? There's nothing, and so like for like the last year, I've really taken the time to, you know, figure out what it was like, almost like single 2.0. So not just like, okay, well, what do you like? But I'm like, no, what do I really enjoy? Like down to like the depths of my soul. I enjoy like Pinot Grigio with a block of Parmesan cheese. Like literally give me those two, throw on like Anita Baker, and I am like in the happiest place that I've ever been in my life. Like there's nothing that nobody can take away that level of happiness. And so for me, it's like, okay, I've got a great wine, I've got fantastic food, and just, I don't know, just a block of Parmesan cheese to me is like, oh my God. So
I do love Parmesan cheese.
But you put the two together and like they literally, like it dances around your mouth. It's so good.
I have to try that.
Just a Pinot Grigio, ladies. For those of you who enjoy Pinot Grigio wine, get you Pinot Grigio and a block of Parmesan cheese. Throw on like your favorite, like not slow jams, that's gonna be like some sad shit, but like feel good slow jams, and literally just blast that shit. Throw on the nightie, ladies, and just enjoy yourself. Be in that moment. Don't
dance
think
in the mirror
about
all night.
Dance in the mirror. Yeah, girl, I'll throw on that Mariah Carey, and oh my goodness.
Listen, I will have fun by myself, all in that mirror all night, dancing. And I feel like that's forms of loving on yourself at the same time. It's uplifting your spirit, it's uplifting your vibe, it's conditioning your frequency.
Absolutely. Ooh, conditioning your frequency. I love that.
I don't know, it just came to me.
Conditioning your frequency.
It just came to me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The wax on, wax off, you know what I mean? Like really like, you know, rub that. When you say condition, I'm just thinking about like leather conditioner. I'm like, yeah, you know, just really like rub it in, you know?
Work it in there.
Rub it in, yeah. I like that. I like that, conditioning your frequency. But I think it's so important to do that because you're figuring out, you know, what makes you happy in your personal space, what you will and will not allow. So, oh God. So I had a guy, the first date went like so left. Like it was really interesting. So like I'm always, you know, promoting with the show. Yeah. And anybody that I meet who, you know, if you're a food lover, if you're, you know, an alcohol and, you know, spirits enthusiast, if you talk about different subjects, and especially if you've done podcasts or done your own shows before, like this is an automatic vibe for me. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like let's network, let's talk about this. So long story short, I went on this date with this guy. He had me like drive an hour out of my way after I worked all day. It was his day off.
Oof.
I drove the hour. And the only reason that I even like went that route was because I was like, okay, so seriously, like if you come down here, I have to entertain you. I have to try to find a place to go. Like we're not doing all this. So I was just like, you know what? No, fuck it. I'll come to you. It was pouring rain. So we ended up going to this this really cute restaurant in Blueback Square in West Hartford. Super, super, super cute place. And our server just so happened to also be one of the bartenders that was on. But it wasn't like a bar per se. It was a cute little restaurant.
Okay.
They had like craft cocktails, like farm to table kind of menu.
I like that.
Delicious. They were fantastic. And so like we had a good vibe going. His food was great. He really enjoyed it. I enjoyed mine. We had good conversation. The bartender came over and we had been talking to him all night. Like he was just a good vibe. And we ended up talking. I was like, yeah, I have this podcast that I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, I used to have a show on this country station, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, but you make like fantastic cocktails. So, you know, we're just great conversation. He gets tired of, I guess, us talking so much amongst ourselves and having so much in common. That's how I took it anyway, because he like beelines it for the door. He's like, I'm gonna be waiting outside.
Oh,
and I was just like, okay, like, but he wasn't engaging in conversation after we had both talked about how like, I've got a show, this guy had a show. He like ceased all conversation and it was just like, I gotta go. So I was like, okay, well, I'll be out in just a moment. I was like, well, you know, and I, you know, thanked the bartender so much. I was like, you know, this was awesome service. Your food was excellent. Thank you for the cocktails. Great conversation. I was like, I feel like we should talk more. I was like, and potentially have you on my show.
Yeah, why not?
And he was like, I would love to. So we exchanged information. He storms out of this restaurant.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, the bartender looks at me and he's like, I was like, and I just looked at him and it was like one of those embarrassing moments where everybody's kind of like,
You're like this.
Yeah. Crickets. So, and then he's looking at me like, you're about to go get into that car and deal with some bullshit. And I was like, bro, you already know. It was embarrassing. It was a little embarrassing. And this was the first date. So I get in the car, right? So I grab my umbrella, walk out, across the street, downpouring still, get in the car, and he does one of these. He turns to me and looks at me, he goes, did you really just give another man your phone number in front of me? Oh, I went off. Did I? And I'll do it 1,000 times again too. I network. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I talk to people. I'm friendly. I'm outgoing. Obviously, I fucking came with you. So what we're not gonna do is act like I ignored you all night and talked to somebody else. We engaged in conversation.
To me, that's signs of like low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem, controlling, and all that. And I told him, I was like, this is what I do. And anybody who's in my life knows I will walk into anywhere, know nobody, and leave with 100 new people that are going to play different roles in my life. Awesome friendships, you know, great connections with people.
Friend.
I've always been that person.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, you're either gonna have to get with it or kick it. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Probably
like,
can't keep up with me anyway, bro.
You can't keep up with me.
Simple as
and
that.
so, like, and then he was like, started copping pleas. He was like, well, you know, I didn't understand, like, you know, what was going on. And I'm like,
well,
you were sitting there for the conversation the entire time. I said, and then once it turned into talking about different liquors that we liked and cocktails for the show, all of a sudden, your whole attitude changed because now we've got more things in common than you thought. So you felt threatened by that.
Probably.
But I came with you. I had dinner with you. He wasn't overly invasive. He wasn't even flirtatious. Not at all. So I told him, I said, you know what? I think that this night is over. I do not like the vibes that you're giving me. And I think we're going to just say good night.
Good night.
Bring me to my car.
Yeah.
Bring me to my car.
Have a nice life.
Yeah. So he, like that was that. I was like, you know what, a couple too many red flags. Now, had I been flirtatious, I would absolutely own that. I would want to, but that's just not me. Like, I'm not gonna flirt with another man in front of my date. Like, that's just trash. You're like, to me, that's just trashy. But you know, if there's ever a networking opportunity, and I told him this, I said, you know, you flip the script. I said, if you had a show and you met a woman who was an awesome opportunity to have you come on your show, I would support that 100%. I'm not going to bash you and tell you, well, that was wrong and you shouldn't have gotten her information. Thrive, baby, thrive. I said, you already can't keep up with my life. I gotta go. So this was a couple months ago. So he actually hit me up recently and was like, I think I deserve another chance.
Shit. At that point, yeah, I don't know.
But he still wanted to argue about it.
Oh yeah, no.
He still wanted to argue his point.
My thing is, if you can't like understand, like, yeah, no.
He still like Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. But I think, you know, just to come full circle, for me, being able to take that time out by myself, identify these red flags, it literally came
that's
like
it.
this, and I was just like, I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to deal with this.
Know
I don't
what
have
you
to deal
want.
with this.
You know what you like.
I don't like this. I don't like this. You're already showing possessiveness, and you know, I understand some people may disagree and say, well, Marcy, you shouldn't give your number out. You don't network very often, then you don't understand like what it means to, you know, do their, with entrepreneurship, you have to network. You are networking all the time. Your network is your net worth.
That's right.
So you're constantly networking. If there's an opportunity for you to get to know someone where you guys could potentially help each other out to get to the next level, you're going to do that. That is entrepreneurship.
That's exactly what it is.
So I mean,
it is what it is.
I can't say sorry, not sorry, because mine ain't sorry.
Yeah, he
I'm not sorry.
He might have even got blocked after that. Like,
Nope, he was just like, I think I deserve another chance. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I think I'm all set. But I mean, I wasn't like disrespectful. I wasn't rude about it. I just told him, I was like, you know what, I think after everything that I've seen and I've done, I said, I'm just gonna say that I think that we're cool, but respectfully, I don't want to date you.
Yeah.
I don't want to date you.
Because of the simple fact of, like we were just talking about, you taking time out for yourself, learning yourself and know what you want and what you like and what you don't like you said, you can identify things faster.
Absolutely.
Because you're not coming from one situation to the next where you can't even feel yourself out, really. Because you're jumping right into something new without even really taking a breath. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's one of the best things that it does for you. It lets you evaluate things a lot better. What's going to work with you, for you, and not against you.
Right. So like today, like we were talking about earlier, super stressful day. What am I gonna do for self-care today? I'm gonna go home tonight and I'm gonna take a shower, but like I'll put on like, I'll put like a candle in the bathroom and like shut off the lights. Throw some essential oils. Go ahead when you start the shower, a couple drops of the essential oil in the bottom of the shower. Make sure it's closer to the drain. I don't want any of that to slip and fall. Don't blame me. I didn't. Yeah. Just put it near the drain.
Yeah, I fell once and that's all it took. You laughing, you know I got back problems, bitch. Don't do me like that. I shook the whole house. My kids came in and instead of being like, are you okay, Ma? They came in laughing. I'm like, yo, what if I really hurt myself? Y'all just, man.
But I feel like that's historical. Like as kids, you know what I'm saying? You bust your kneecap and shit and everybody over here laughing at you. Are you okay? It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. So rejection. You had hit rejection. How do you handle rejection?
I feel like now that I'm older, I think I could deal with it a lot better. But when I was younger, I mean, I'm married now, obviously, and I ain't worried about that. But like before, you know, marriage and stuff, I'm definitely better than I was. Like I was one of those people where I just, you know, if the person, like I could like the person a lot, and if they're not gonna come my way, I don't know. I would just shut down. And I when I was younger, I did have self-esteem issues too, so that was a big part.
Yeah.
But you know, bitch ain't got that problem no more.
Ay.
But I feel like now, well, before marriage, it was definitely better where it's like, okay, you know, if I'm talking to a dude and he's not interested, like, I just never been a chaser. I'm not gonna chase anybody. Like, I could love you, be in love. I don't know. I don't know if it's a prideful thing or what, but it's like, once you show me, you know, your true colors or something, I'm like, okay, oh, you don't want me? All right. I back off, like. That's just me.
I mean, so I think there's a difference between like being rejected and gracefully bowing out and then being rejected and then like kind of looking, you gotta make yourself look like either like a lunatic because like you're pissed off. You're like, oh, fuck you too. Like, I don't want to date your ugly ass. It's like, but actually you did. But actually, you were actually just asking me out and you were really excited. And when I told you no, you're like, well, fuck you then. Well, wow, that escalated really fast.
Really quick.
Really, really fast. You don't take rejection very well. I don't know, for me, like I'm definitely like the type, like I said, I take initiative. Like I don't care, like I'll just tell you, like, I think we should go out sometime, you know? And I'm a creative person. I'm an Aquarius, so I'm super creative. So okay, like if I know that you got a job that, you may not make a ton of money, or maybe you do make a ton of money, but like you're super down to earth and you really don't care about, going to, high end restaurants and all that. Like, just, I guess I have to feel out the person, but like, like we can do, there's so many different things that we can do. So I'm just like, let's just shoot your fucking shot. Like, worst case, what's gonna happen? Okay, I'm gonna shoot my shot and you're gonna move the hoop, or say, nah, you're gonna block it, like you're gonna fucking Rodman me, like, okay, like if not you, then it's gonna be somebody else. But I also think that, I've definitely had times where I've been hurt by that, or I'm like, damn, super let down. I had a guy that I was so looking forward to dating, and there were just so many different things that had happened in his life and my life. We legit could not get it together, and it was it was madness and mayhem. Like, he was very much so Mr. Community, and I was very much so involved in my community.
Yep.
And then there was a huge thing that happened in his life that kind of flipped everything upside down. So I kind of went from being the girl that we were gonna go on a date to being just a supportive friend.
Yeah.
And then when we actually did get together, it could have been because he was a Gemini, but I'm just gonna say
my husband's a Gemini.
They're so hot and cold water, literally
No,
two
they
separate
are.
fucking faucets. It drives me
It
nuts.
is.
But we just the connection. There was just no spark there really, and I was just okay. And so I think a part of me felt rejected, but I was also okay, bye.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. All right, so it's not you, it's gonna be somebody else. But I feel as women, we can spend so much time beating ourselves up, oh my God, was it me? Or, what did I do? And I'm just it wasn't you. And I know, for me, I was it wasn't me. If it just don't fly, if the sparks don't fly, they don't fly. So I'll just, they're gonna fly with somebody else. So I can either spend the next 3 days beating myself up about it, or just spend the next 3 days exuding positivity and being okay, well, I'm still the shit. I still got it going on. Just because some people like pickles, some people like a better as cucumbers.
True. Let me give you an example, though. A better example for rejection for me. So I was talking to this kid. Remember, no names.
No names.
So talking to this kid, we were talking for, I want to say a little over 2 months. Seriously, going out on dates, going to the movies, really getting to know each other on some let's see where this can go,
I love that.
I just came out of, a relationship with my kid's father, and so I wasn't trying to jump back in, and I took time off and learned myself, and I'm just all right, let's see what this dude's about. So, like I said, we're 2 months into, just dating. We haven't even gone there yet or nothing, and we're just chilling one night, drinking and watching Netflix. And so,
Netflix and
yeah, exactly. But anyways, so we're chilling. We start making out, and then all of a sudden they're we shouldn't do this. Mind you, we haven't even gotten to fucking second base. We're literally just making out. We haven't.
I had an ex that did that one time, and I legit
this shit hurt my feelings. Okay, no, this shit really hurt my feelings. I'm gonna tell you why. It really hurt my feelings. So I'm just at this point, it's awkward now.
It's not funny. It's not. No, it's not funny. But I legit. So I had a fucking ex that would do this, and he was holding out, how females we normally hold out. He was holding out as a male, and at one point I asked him, I was are you gay? Oh. He was not gay. He was not.
He was trying to use that shit to control your ass. That's what he was doing, probably. Was you a little dignitized?
I mean, we lived together.
Okay, yeah.
We lived together. We ended up living together. We did. We ended up living together. Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, back to this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, after he said that, mind you, I haven't had any for a long time. I had my daughter. My daughter was probably 4 months old. Obviously, I didn't have none during my pregnancy. Mm-hmm. So, that was ready.
You ready? You ready? She ready?
She ready.
She
you
ready?
Know what I'm saying? So he's literally I don't think we should do this, and I'm just kind of okay after that. It just got real awkward after that.
Well, because it's almost he primed it up to be no, just kidding.
Basically.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm kind of it's just mad silent, and I'm oh, well, it's getting late. I'm I better go. So I leave, right? And then for me, after that, because it's we were literally it wasn't we weren't trying to move to the next level. We were going slow, we were talking, so I was a little bit confused.
Right.
So after that, I was just you know what? That kind of turned me off and rubbed me the wrong way. So I kind of just fell back.
Well, it's mixed signals though, because it's don't sit here and talk to me about potential future and you're investing like this time and this energy, and you know, it's kind of like a returned and reciprocated thing, only for you to. And to me, like, I've had that happen in the bedroom, that rejection, like, right at that moment where you're like, I don't think we should do this. And then you're sitting here wondering, like, you go home and you're like smelling everything, like, oh my, was it me? Like, oh my, do I have, like, is it me? And then you sit there and, like, you run through it again, like, wondering, like, what happened?
That messed my self-esteem up, I'm not gonna lie, I did.
No, I hear you.
But then after, he was
like,
still
at 34
chasing me.
now, I'm just turning around and I'm just like, you know what? You got a fucking problem, because I'm all that. Like, I'm all that. Like, so you just, whatever it is that you are hiding, is not for me to know right now. So I just, now I like chalk it up to like just divine intervention. I'm just like, okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. Like, dude, maybe you had like gonorrhea on your dick or something, and God was like,
maybe,
no.
And I respect it if that's the case. I respect you if that's the case.
For whatever the problem was, though, it wasn't you.
After that, I was just kind of like, it turned me on. Mind you, I really did like him. I really did. And after that, he was like really on me, like, yo, and I just kind of was like I said, you know, I spent a lot of time by myself. And it's like, you know, once I seen certain signs, I was just like, if you can't communicate or like at least let me know, hey, it wasn't you, like it just, I didn't get that. So that's when I truly, and I really did like this person. But that's when I just fell back and I was just like, okay. Yeah, that's never happened to me before. It was really new, like that never happened to me before. I
think it's a total crusher though. Like I really do. Like especially when you're getting down into that moment, like it really like it fucks with your self-esteem because you're just like, oh my God, what did I do?
I had blue clit. Never in my life. Never in my life. Listen.
I had to go home and rub it out.
And you know what? I didn't even do that then. I told you how
I didn't listen.
This is a 30s thing for me. I didn't have my
first one till I was in my 30s. I didn't start till I was in my 30s.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Same here. Well, I wish I would have knew what I know now in my 20s. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with touching yourself.
I encourage it.
It's really not.
I highly
nothing wrong at
it.
all. And I used to be like one of those girls like, oh, you guys masturbate? Ew. Like, I used to be one of those girls, and I'm just like, why didn't I know this?
It is such a healthy
sooner?
thing. Like, I literally look at it like it's a gift from God. Like, wow, you really like allowed me to just connect this, and this.
Yes.
Thank you, and get pleasure from it. You know, and I think that like, especially for me, like I didn't learn masturbation, or I can't say I didn't learn masturbation because I mean, I definitely knew something about it, but it just wasn't something that I had never been able to achieve that orgasm by myself until I was like 31. And so like all this time, like I felt like I was missing out on something. I still have never squirt. I'm 34 and I've never fucking squirt before.
But I feel like once we hit our 30s, you're still in the peak of your prime, I feel like, when you hit 30.
I'm trying to get to that peak. I'm trying to get to that peak.
Because I feel like get there. I'm more horny now than 10 years ago when I was 25. Mind you, I probably, yeah.
I feel like I'm still.
Really?
Still a little innocent in some ways.
Really?
I feel like I'm still a little innocent in some ways.
We gotta get you squirted. We gotta get you some squirt action.
Coco, I hear you over here laughing and shit over there. Coco, I hear you laughing.
We gotta get her some squirt action because, honey.
So every time I feel like it's about to happen, I feel. So my ex, the one I was with for 3.5 years, literally my last serious relationship, we were together and there would be these sudden urges where I would feel like I would have to pee. And he was so convinced. He was like, that's it, you're gonna squirt. And I was like, no. And he would literally we would be like in the middle and I'd be like, I gotta pee. And he'd be like, let it go. And oh my God, no. And he'd be like, let it go. And I'm like, no. He's like, let it go. And I'm like, no, I can't let it go, no. No, I'm not gonna let it go. Get off of me, I gotta pee. Oh my God. I was like, I'm not letting this go. I was like, I'm gonna piss all over my, no. He was like, that was it, you were there. And I was like,
honestly, it kind of does a little bit.
I just can't do it.
The first time that I ever did, I thought I peed. But we're like, but it didn't smell like, you know what I mean?
That's what they say it doesn't, it's not urine. They say it's not
it didn't
urine.
Smell like pee, so we're like, literally the first time I'd ever done it.
Yeah.
I thought I pissed, but it didn't smell like pee. We were so confused. We both were confused.
I feel like it's definitely something that I want to achieve, and I feel like there's probably a bunch of men are looking at this that are like, oh my God, challenge accepted. Slowly roll, okay? Whoa. Slow your rolls, okay? Whoa. But ladies, like, if you've ever like faced this challenge before, or you can like relate to what I'm saying, where it's just like, you know, it took you a while, you didn't really understand like what the sensation was like before you got there, please by all means, like, drop some comments down for
Please
me.
do.
Any pointers that you have, like, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to be like, okay, well, you've got it. Coco's got it. She was talking about splash fucking waterfalls the other day.
Yeah, she was.
Bitch.
She said it
Yo,
squirted
cause
in
I'm a
my
whole freaky bitch, and I'm like, I can't do it.
She said it squirted in my eye. I was like, damn, bitch.
I'm over here like, I want to know what that's like. I feel like I want to know what that's
splash,
like.
that bitch was
When you
taking
can,
a bath.
listen, when you can squirt yourself in the eye, that's some shit. I feel
That's
like
what
only
I'm
men can really
saying.
like relate to that for the most part. But
That's
like
some
women, like we're
powerful
just
shit.
like, yeah, bitch, I squirted and I totally like right in the eyeball. I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
You're a god.
But
You're Mama Wana. The ocean god.
Yeah.
I'm
But if
telling
you guys
you.
have any tips, any pointers, like please feel free to drop them down in the comments, or feel free to DM me. Like, I'm so here for any of this conversation. Like, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed about it. It hasn't been my time yet. It's just not my time
when
yet.
it is, you'll
I'll marry
know
that man.
it.
I'll marry that man.
You'll know
I'll
it
marry
when
that
it
man.
is. Trust me. You'll
I
know
will.
when
I'll
it
marry
is.
that man. So can we talk really quick? Like, do you think that size matters?
Honestly, no. I mean, to an extent. Let me rephrase that. To an extent, because I mean, I've had no names. Some guys where I kind of didn't even count it because it like was so small. It, like was it?
Don't want no short
It couldn't get in. Like it couldn't even get in. It was that small. It just- No, it was. So I was like, I didn't even. They're not even on my list because it was like no penetration.
I don't want nothing to do
So I
with
feel
that.
like, I mean, I feel like that's kind of maybe like a disability, but no offense.
Stop. Well,
But
listen, so we're
I'm
not gonna
just-
size shame. We're not size
But I
shaming.
mean, like-
We're not doing that. If that's what you were gifted with
All right, I'm
life, like,
sorry.
then that's what you do. You just better learn
But
how to
some
rock
women
the
like
boat.
that though. Some women like that.
The boat. Well, Coco said that she squirted like
Yeah, she said,
waterfalls.
yeah.
Like, Coco.
And
Hey,
said,
Coco.
she was looking at it like,
You said
what
it
am I
wasn't
gonna
big, right?
do with
Coco said it
that?
wasn't big, right?
Made her ass squirt.
It wasn't.
Hey,
It
well, that's
still
what I'm saying. It's emotional.
You said it still hurts?
No, it still works.
It still works. She said, I thought you said it still hurts. I was gonna say, damn, bitch, how many days ago was it? You go, you.
But that's
Go
the thing.
you.
No, all right. So say if he's really small, but he knows what he's doing. That's
what I'm saying. You gotta
different.
learn
That's
how
a
to
whole
rock that
nother
boat.
level.
You
Like,
gotta learn how to rock the boat.
he basically working with what God gave him, okay? And he know what he's doing. And I've had guys that were I would consider small, but still pleasure me because they knew what they were doing, and they knew.
Yeah.
I feel like they knew that they shit was small, and they knew they had to give you that little extra. You know, they had to go a little harder, and it worked out. So I feel like it's all based on the
because you can
individual.
also get a man who's got like a 10-inch dick, and at the end of the day, like, yo, if you're going jackhammer style, like, not for nothing, but I'm not trying to go to the doctor with fucking lacerations.
Yeah, no, bro.
Every time I have sex, like, I don't want to do that either. So I feel like you have to know your size and know what you're doing with what you've got. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna keep my walls. Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Yeah, them fucking lacerations are no joke. Have you ever had lacerations from sex?
No.
Okay.
No. Because I've
touch
had
that on
I've
another
had a couple dudes that it's like it was so big where we like tried.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't happening, bruh. And I was just like, respectfully, you are like just
Too big.
Too big for me. Like, I mean, some women can handle that shit. I mean, by all means.
But like, I got bounced around, like, it was birthday sex, and actually I got bounced around like baby boy style. Like, I got bounced around the fucking living room. So, and it was great. Like, it was a baby boy just, if you guys don't know what that is, it's literally like, you know, when the guy like lifts you up, you're around his waist, and he literally
Okay.
he does a little bunny hop with you all over the place.
Okay.
And I didn't know it. Like, I thought that I was just regular sore from, really good sex the next day. And then it went on the next day. I was like, okay. Third day, I was like, Fourth day, I was like, it literally felt like peeing on a cut. And so it wasn't the pee that burned me. It was legit, I had cuts. So it got so bad that, I was like, okay, this isn't just your sore. This is you. And I'm like, no shame at all. Like, I actually encourage women, like, if you ever feel like there's something wrong, honey, sit your ass down in the bathroom and take a mirror and look at what's going on. And I think that that's one of the best indicators you can do, because when you go to the doctors, you make your appointment, you always want to make sure that you can give them some kind of an idea of like, okay, well, this is what's going on. So I told the doctor, I said, I had really good sex on my birthday. And like 3-4 days later now, I was like, it literally feels like I'm peeing on a cut, and I can see a cut. I said, it doesn't look like like any kind of like a, it wasn't a
like
bump or anything like that. No, it was like a legit cut. And when I go in and the stirrups and all that shit, she just looked, she was like, honey, she was like, this hurts. And I was over here and I was like, please fix it. Oh my God. I was like, it hurts so bad. I was like, this hurts. I was like, this genuinely hurts. She gave me a note for the day because she knew like I was driving at the time, the job that I had, I was driving a lot. So she like gave me a note for the day, and I had to take like this lidocaine. It was like a clear lidocaine gel, and literally just like apply it every 4 hours. It numbed this shit out of my vagina so I didn't feel anything. And I was like, motherfucker, you legit, like, our sex was so good that you like it gave like a whole new meaning to bust it open.
He busted that shit
wide open. I was like, oh my God, like I had legit lacerations. But I mean, I say that to say, like, ladies, at the end of the day, like, make sure that you like, if anything's ever uncomfortable, go get it checked out. If you have rough sex, if you enjoy that sometimes with your partner, there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure, like, lube is your best friend. You guys know me. Lube is your best friend. And it wasn't like, and that to me, that wasn't even an issue then. I think it was more or less like the position that we were in, where I was like, I'm like literally like on his, I'm legs wrapped around you, and I'm legitimately like being bounced around the living room.
And just from the force of you guys bouncing, that's probably what did it. Yeah.
So she did told me I had 1st degree lacerations, which is what a lot of women get when they give birth. So that was like, it was powerful. I mean, it was great.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We had a special connection. So it was, yeah. Yep. It was cool. It was cool. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets. So I think we should close this out with talking a little bit about hoe phase.
I love this subject.
I love talking about hoe phase. I think it's great. I think it's like necessary. Like I feel like our subject, I feel like tonight has been like largely about like, like singles, self-care, you know what I mean? What is it like to be single? And I feel like hoe phase is kind of like necessary. Like, and if anybody who's like judgmental towards that, like not for nothing, but you probably should have had a hoe phase.
Probably. Probably what your problem is.
You might want to have a go.
Handle it.
Be safe.
Let it out.
Be safe. I'm really big on safety, but like, let's talk hoe phase real quick. I love hoe phase. I think it's great. Like when you're in the midst of like finding out who you are and what you're doing. That doesn't mean like sleep with every man that you come across. Like obviously not. But like, honey, if you want to have like that one night stand, bitch, go have that one night stand. Don't do a whole bunch of them. But options. Keep your options open. Go on a date with that man. Go on a date with that man. Go out and so you wanna kiss him on the first date? Do it. You wanna sleep with him on the first date? Do it. It's literally not being judgmental about yourself and knowing that you have options to choose who, where, how far, and how long. And so I think that, I feel like a lot of people look at hoe phase and they're like, oh, that means like she's sleeping with everybody and anybody she finds to be attractive.
Like Steve Harvey's daughter, everybody was judging her on how she's, like dating and I'm just like, why are y'all mad at sis? Y'all don't know if she's sleeping with them or not. Just because they're seen in public, y'all don't know the situation. Like, let sis be great. Like, that whole situation pissed me off.
Let her date. My whole thing is this, like, okay, if you see me out on a Monday with a guy, then you see me out on Wednesday with another guy. Before you pass judgment, just think about it for a second. DM me and tell me which one I look cuter with and who you gotta have better chemistry with. Shoot that shit to my DMs. If you ever see that shit, I need you to just shoot it to me. You actually look really cute with your guy on Monday and y'all look like it was a whole vibe. Sis, when you got up and you went to the bathroom, he was on the phone with his best friend like, yeah, shorty mad, cool, like, I need you to give me all those details. If you've seen this motherfucker out with somebody else or that he got like a crazy baby mom, throw that shit in the DMs.
Give us all the juice, please.
Yeah, let me know. And it's I will never throw you under a bus. I'll never throw you under a bus. I don't do that. But I'll just be like, I was told by who.
Don't tell your sources.
Can't tell. Can't tell. Look, no names. You know I don't do no names. I don't do names around here. I don't do names.
No names.
But I think it's important. Like, and I don't know who coined it, hoe phase, but I'll take it. It's fine.
It is.
But it's just knowing that you have options and that you can. It's literally the ball is in your court. You do it however you play it however you want to.
I feel like everyone should have at least one hoe phase in their life.
Right.
At least one.
And then like you think about like the double standard of it anyway. It's like men go through hoe phase like all the time. When you're in between, you're doing, you're literally doing you. But I love the fact that women have kind of taken that power back to be like, well, honey, you're not going to be the only one out here doing you. Like, honey, I can have a whole hoe face, and we'll call it a hoe face if that's what you want to. But
it is what it is.
That doesn't mean I'm not sleeping with all of them. I may not be sleeping with any of them. I may literally just be going out, enjoying people's energy, their quality, like the quality company. Of time and company. That's all it has to be. That's all it has to be.
That's it.
Yeah. I like this. This was a dope ass fucking episode.
This was a dope episode.
I like this episode. Wait, before we go. I gotta talk about a toy. So I didn't bring an actual toy today. I actually brought more like an accessory for the bedroom. Something that I think is crucial for those who struggle with gag reflex.
Oh yeah.
I'm not one of them.
Lucky you, bitch.
I'm not one of them. I don't have problems with that. But this is called Great Head. Great Head. And this is actually made by Pure Romance. So this one it's actually pink strawberry flavored. Yeah. This one's one of the unopened ones. It's an oral gel. So you can either put this on like the tip of a penis, or you can just take a little bit back of your throat. And this actually numbs the shit out of your gag reflex. So ladies, you're literally giving great head at that point. Swallow the dick.
And it tastes good.
It does taste good. I've definitely tasted this before. Different parties and stuff like that. Like, like I'm everybody's favorite guest at the sex toy party. Bring her, she's gonna be live. She'll know how to get everybody engaged.
She'll give all the good testimonials and shit.
True. So this is called Great Head, and you can get it at with Pure Romance, and it's a really good product to have. Like, so if you really struggle with like gag reflexes, you're just like, I would really love to deep throat, but every time I do, I have to like make sure I haven't eaten within the last 6 hours, 4 hours. Great Head is for you. This is an awesome product, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm definitely all inclusive here. We make sure that we
include everybody.
Yes. So if you like sucking dick,
it's for you.
Great Head is for you. Great Head is for you. Okay? And even if you don't like sucking dick, honey, Great Head is for you. Okay? Try it out. Your man will thank you. Tell him to send $5 contribution or something, okay? You're welcome. You're welcome. So I think that's all I got. You got anything else for today?
Nothing. I feel like we hit all the great topics tonight, and
we hit all the walls.
Yeah, we hit all the walls. Just right too. Just right.
That shit was just right.
Just right. No cuts.
Yeah. Y'all ever realize, you ever feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just be sharing stuff, and then motherfucker gotta crack some jokes and shit, and you just be like, that wasn't supposed to be the basis for a joke, bitch.
I couldn't help it.
That wasn't supposed to be the basis
I seen my shot.
That wasn't supposed to be the basis for a motherfucking joke. It wasn't supposed to be the basis for a motherfucking joke, okay?
Oh, man.
Serious business. It was a laceration. It hurt. You had to get the ointment.
At least they gave you some numbing shit.
Yeah, I had to get the numbing ointment. I'm just like saying that, but I had to get the ointment. You ever? Yo, the next time that somebody's got you on speakerphone and they're walking through a store, they got you on like FaceTime and they're walking through a store, just like scream at them and be like, yo, don't forget the ointment.
That's messed up. People are like, oh, fuck.
I remember when I had this, my ex called me, we were on FaceTime, and I was walking through AutoZone, and he just randomly screamed, ooh, she's stealing! And I was like, you son of a bitch.
My kids did that to me one time.
Oh my God. But I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
Ooh, she back here sucking dick.
Oh, You better not ever. Don't you ever call my phone and say that shit. You know what? You're blocked for 48 hours. You're blocked for the next 48. We're not
She got
friends.
that gray head. She back here sucking dick.
Yeah, don't you dare. I'd be so pissed. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, y'all. Well, with that, I will say thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Unsexed, where we keep it classy, sassy,
And a little smart ass.
and a little smart assy. If you guys don't already, I don't know where you're following from, but you can find us on Instagram at unsexed_the show, on Facebook at unsexed, UNSEXED, and then also over on YouTube at Unsexed. So please like, follow, subscribe, share. Please
All
share.
that good
Please
stuff.
share away. Share away. Anybody who's looking for advertisements, hit me. I got you. Work it out. And we didn't even have a snack tonight.
We didn't, and I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on the next episode of Unsexed.
Peace.
Good night, y'all.